Here's what you'll learn this week on Net Talk Live, the Internet talk show. Learn how to manage your money online, set up your bank account, and even pay your bills right on the web. And you'll learn everything you need to know about affordable, portable color printers for great-looking pages on a budget. We'll show you how to check your email and surf the web without a computer. Georgia asks, to be or not to be? That is the question. She's hanging out with Shakespeare at the Internet Cafe. And learn everything you need to know to pass the class at a website with the best tips for applying to colleges. Plus, stay tuned for another funny Internet download. We'll make a splash here on Net Talk Live.
From our studios in Dallas, Texas, it's the most watched TV program of its kind in the world, broadcast to over 100 countries. It's Net Talk Live in triplecast. Watch on TV, listen on coast-to-coast radio, watch or listen on your computer via the Internet. With Internet field reporter Georgia Foy, Gadget guy Dave Mathews, web head Luis Vallecillo, and your host, Laura Lewis. Net Talk Live is made possible by digitalconvergence.com, engineering your digital future. Shebang.com, don't just shop, shebang. Exodus Communications, the Internet Data Center Company. So let's get started with the fun and excitement.
Hi, I'm Laura Lewis. Welcome to Net Talk Live, the first interactive triplecast show on the internet, radio, and television, reaching millions of internet users every week as the most watched TV show of its kind. We want you to get involved with our show, so we invite you to follow along with the graphics you'll see on your screen, turn on your PC, and get online to surf along as we check on the best sites on the web for the next 30 minutes. And you can virtually program our show. Just go to nettalklive.com to participate in our web polls, enter contests, and send us an email with your questions and favorite websites. And I'm here with two great guys, the internet experts, webhead Luis Vallecillo. Hey, Luis, are you ready?
I am ready.
Actually. And also Gadget guy, Dave Mathews. Hey, Dave, are you ready?
Great guy. Thanks, Laura.
Great. Okay, guys, let's get started. Here's our first email question. This is from Beverly Crane of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And Beverly writes, I'm looking for a color portable printing system, and money is definitely an object. As far as resolution and quality and speed and price, who makes the best one? That's a really good question, so let's go to our very own gadget guy who knows all about gadgets, Dave Mathews, for an answer. Okay, Dave.
Well, you know, with portability, you don't have a lot of selection. However, Canon makes about 3 portable models, and this one is extremely cool because, first of all, it's got an infrared print port on the side of it. So if you're talking about portability, it's getting rid of cables, getting rid of devices around your desktop. So by this little infrared window, you don't have to carry a cable with you. You can just beam the data. Now, this also works with a Palm Pilot that has infrared. Think about it. You can write some notes on your Palm, you can beam them to the printer, and then print it out. One other thing that this printer has, the BJC80, which is so cool, is you can replace the print cartridge with a scanning cartridge. So now when you're on the road, you can use this printer as a scanner. The best thing about it is you can find these things for about 150 bucks, up to $200, depending on where you shop. And it's a very small, very compact, portable printing unit that still has some pretty decent quality.
Okay, well, thanks, Dave. I mean, I remember when they used to be huge.
That's right. This thing has really gotten condensed down to, by the time you fold it up, it's just this large.
And it seems pretty light, too.
It is.
Really, really great. Here's my first hot site this week. Just where you need to go when you or someone you know is ready to start college, theadmissionsoffice.com. And guess what? There's someone special at the admissions office to help you with questions about college. Her name is Lisa. Well, actually, the LISA stands for Live Internet Selection Assistance, and Lisa is really a collection of excellent college counseling links, so you have a choice about who will answer whatever you need to know about: admissions, financial aid, scholarships, and education issues. The admissions office is a great online source for parents and high school students, like a guidance counselor to help with the details for preparing for higher learning. You'll also find links to every college and university and their rankings in several categories, and even a page loaded with free stuff and promotional offers for students starting college. Go check it out. You'll find the link to the admissions office with my hot sites at nettalklive.com.
You know, Laura, when I was checking out colleges right after I graduated high school, I would have to get in the car with my parents, drive an ungodly amount of miles, check out the school, and I wanted to party and go check it out. But they're like, come back to the hotel. It was hell. But you know, with the website, you don't get that same experience of being able to check out the feel. And when I say the feel, I mean the real feel of the university.
Okay, let's go ahead and take another question. We have a caller, Bruce Edmonds in Oklahoma City. Hello, Bruce. What question do you have for us?
I want to get my family on the information superhighway, but my wife hates computers and says they're too complicated and too expensive. Do these new internet appliances have enough power to surf the web, write email, and run some applications without breaking the bank?
Okay, thanks, Bruce. That's really a great question. When I think of appliances, I think of a toaster oven or something, and now there are internet appliances. Luis, what can you tell us about this?
Well, Laura, it's an internet appliance because all they do is surf the internet. So a toaster toasts your bread and the internet appliance surfs the web. And yes, you can do email and you can do web browsing and applications. You won't run programs, but you can do real audio through them. Now, the two that I have in here are the Eye Opener and the Virgin Connect from Virgin Records. The Eye Opener is $99. You buy the unit and then you pay $21.95 a month for the service. That gives you email, web browsing, and the ability to be able to listen to real audio files on the web. It is very simple. And it's a great appliance for, like, for example, my mom. She does not want to get a computer. She doesn't care. But she wants to do email and she wants to browse the web a little bit. Well, this is perfect because it makes it really simple. It's all big icons like email, web. Makes it really simple. Now, this one's very good. I had some problems setting it up, but after I got it working, it was very nice. Now, I tried the Virgin Connect and I liked it even more because it's just $50 a year. So you lease it or you rent it for 3 years and then you own it. So $150 for 3 years. It works great. It gives you email. It gives you web browsing. And the only downside is that the email they give you is web-based, kind of like a Yahoo. But it's very simple and it's very clean. I prefer the Virgin Connect myself.
Those are very, very cool. Thanks, Luis. And guess who we have with our next website? It's Georgia, coming to us from the Internet Main Street Cafe with this week's Weird and Funny Site.
All right, you know that I'm Egyptian, right? Well, I'm African-American, and Egypt is in Africa, so I think I'm half Egyptian. That makes perfect sense to me. Anyway, have you ever wanted to know what your name was in hieroglyphics? I found a really fantastic site. It's an online hieroglyphics translator. I even put my name in. Now, let's see what my name is in hieroglyphics. Oh, my gosh, I am a pot and a vulture and a little yellow canary bird and then some red thing that goes like this. Then I'm a pot and a feather and an arm. That is what I'm talking. That's education. That's Net Talk Live.
Hey, put down that remote. Grab your mouse instead, and Net Talk Live will be right back.
Never seems to grow dim. Knock on my door, I'm gonna let you in.
Net Talk Live is made possible by shebang.com, Exodus Communications. Hang tight, we'll be right back.
Well, I believe the internet is a circuit that's connected to your phone line.
I don't know.
Well, it's really like a mall because you can go to research. You can get research and you can shop on the internet. It connects onto this phone line where there's this big old power plant, something somewhere else.
The place with websites. My dad told me it's like a thing that you can look up a lot of neat things that, anything that you look up on the internet, it like tells you about it. You can find out things, you just have to type in a name and it will tell you. It's like a thing where you like look something up and it'll tell you it'll give you right to the places where you want to go, and then you can just click arrows down and you can learn about the things. And
that's all.
And now it's time again for another of the Internet's funniest downloads. Here's a short clip sent to us by Holly Martin of Kansas City, Missouri. This daredevil swimmer makes the run and the jump, and someone please call 911. Send your funny movie clips, animations, and games to funny@nettalklive.com.
Welcome back, and remember to go to nettalklive.com for answers to all the questions on the show and links to the websites. And here's one I'd like to share with you. Some subjects are not so fun, but for cancer, a leading cause of death that affects so many people, this site, cancerpage.com, is a useful source of information online for those who suffer from cancer as well as their family and friends. Cancer Page provides news and resources about skin cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, and many other types. The Ask a Nurse service provides answers to the tough questions. You'll also get the latest medical news updates here, and there are chat rooms and message boards to share your experience and learn from others. There's even a section about clinical trials and how to design them or make decisions about what treatment is right for you or someone you know. And on a more uplifting note, Cancer Page includes stories and experiences with progress and positive success of those fighting cancer, and a guest book for the Ribbon Project to pay tribute to those with breast cancer with some good, encouraging messages. You'll find the link to this with my hot sites at nettalklive.com. Well, coming up, find out why Georgia is hanging out with William Shakespeare, to be or not to be. Yes, we'll be right back.
We didn't invent the internet, just the internet TV show.
Well, a mouse is where you can move it and you can click stuff.
Welcome back to Net Talk Live. We're having a great time. Surf along with us and learn all about the internet and the web. You'll find all the great websites and answers too at nettalklive.com. Now we have another question sent to us via email. This is from Scott Rosenberg of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Scott writes, my bank doesn't offer a way to track my account online. Is there another way to bank via the internet? Okay, thanks to people like Scott, this is becoming so popular. Luis, what do you know about banking online?
Well, Laura, I feel his pain because I do banking online and it's great. But when you have a bank that doesn't offer it for you, what do? Well, there's a website called paytrust.com. And here's a really neat thing they do, Laura. What happens is you give them for example, your bills for your water bill or for your electric bill. They all go to a centralized location to them. They'll scan your bills and they'll email them to you. So if you travel a lot, it's a great thing because you're never away from your bills, which maybe you want to do now that I think about it.
But if you're late, it's their fault, right?
Well, I mean, I should read the fine print. So they'll email you the bills, and now you can go online, you can tell them what bills to pay, when to pay them, you can set them to be paid automatically if you have one that is the same every month, like, for example, the cable TV or something like that. You can check your transactions online, and the best thing is they archive all this stuff for you. See, I don't know about you, but I hate paper. So when I get all my bills at home, I never know how long to keep them or anything like that. So everything is on the web. You can check your account. You can see when they got processed, when they got paid. It's a great thing. And it's only $8.95 a month, so I think that's a small price to pay.
I love that. Thanks, Luis. That's all good to know. And speaking of checking, it's time to check in with Georgia, who's got another hot site for us.
Romeo, I think I asked you for those grapes about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, hey, grapes.
Okay, you might not think of me as a thespian, but I do get my Shakespeare on. And if you too like Shakespeare and you kind of want to know about all the cool stuff about Shakespeare, and there is some cool Shakespearean stuff out there, go to this site. It has the complete works of Shakespeare online. It's a really long URL, but you can go to nettalklive.com, click on my hot sites, and you'll find it there. Anyway, you can find all of the tragedy, the comedy, the poetry, everything that has to do with Shakespeare. You can find it online. I mean, Act 1 through gazillion. It's a really fun site, especially if you're doing research, if you're a student, or if you just want to know which play, like a Midsummer Night's Dream. If you just want to know which play was which, like where was to be or not to be, that is the question. Anyway, you should check out the site. It's really cool.
Net Talk Live will be right back after this, if you're lucky.
We love you, Net Talk Live!
Isn't the band great? Hey, where'd you learn to dance like that?
Hey, we're back, and remember to check out George's great websites and links to my hot sites and the helpful answers from Dave and Luis, all at nettalklive.com. Let's take another call. On the phone, we have Pat in Waco, Texas. Hi, Pat. What's your question?
So often when I turn my computer on, it freezes with a screen that says verifying DMI pool. What is this pool, and who's swimming in it?
What? Great. That's a great question because I don't know what he's talking about. Gadget guy Dave Mathews, help us out.
Well, the DMI pool was added to keep track of all the cards that are inside of your computer. No, guys, not those cards. These cards, the computer cards inside your system. The DMI pool keeps track of what cards go in which slots. And what you might want to do is go into your BIOS, and you do that by pressing delete when you boot your computer, and trying to reset your system BIOS or go back to factory defaults, even turning off, even turning off the ability to use a plug-and-play operating system. That'll reassign what cards go where, and you should be okay the next time you turn on the computer.
This is fun. I like this.
So these are what they call cards.
Yeah, these are the cards. This is everything from a network card. This is how you get internet connectivity with a cable modem. This is a video card for capture.
This will be an ace of spades.
We got ace of spades here. This is a video card which drives your video monitor. So each of these cards has to be kept track of with Windows, and that's what the DMI pool does. Originally, it was made for businesses to be able to keep track of thousands of cards across the network and see which versions of hardware and software that you have.
Wow.
DMI pool.
You know, really, when you say cards, this is what people usually think of. So I'm so glad we had that representation.
Any card.
Okay, anyway. Well, that's it.
Ace of spades.
Very good. That's it for this week. Remember to go to nettalklive.com for all the answers from the show and links to our hot sites. And did you know you can search the archives of our website and find everything that has appeared on Net Talk Live. And while you're there, send us email. We'd love to hear from you. And also tell us what you think in this week's web poll. Before we go, I'd like to thank Dave and Louise
You're so welcome.
and Georgia and our fantastic band and all the behind-the-scenes folks who make this show happen. And last but certainly not least, easy for me to say, I'd like to thank you for watching. And do us a favor by telling your friends about the show and be sure to tune in next time. We've had so much fun and hope you have too. Goodbye, everybody.
One small step for man, one giant leap for geeks.
Net Talk Live has been made possible by digitalconvergence.com, engineering your digital future. Shebang.com. Don't just shop. Shebang. Exodus Communications, the Internet Data Center Company. Tell all your friends and coworkers about Net Talk Live, and we'll see you again next week. Net Talk Live is a presentation of the Digital Broadcasting and Communications Network and is produced by Infotainment Telepictures.